So last video we went over how to draw your room and like all the basics of what to do, and today we're going to be going over shading. So all you'll need this one, you could just use one pencil. I'm using 8. Like there's special pencils, they're different shades of gray, they're different hardinesses and stuff like that. But you can just use a normal graphite pencil if you want. So we're gonna use another scratch paper. I'm gonna use the same one that we practiced this with. So right now, I'm gonna go with HB, which is like pretty much, I think this is like the standard number 2 pencil that we use in school. I don't know. I don't really know which one's the standard, but I'm just gonna use HB, which is pretty close. So what you do is start pushing down like as hard as you can, like just right here, and then we're gonna go this way, like towards that way. Keep pressing down, but press not as hard each time. So like I'm pressing pretty hard here. Now I'm starting to not press as hard, and then getting lighter. Now I'm barely pressing, and there. So you get the idea of how shading is pretty much. And let me see if I have a blending stick here. So yeah, there's also something called a blending stick, which is one of these things. I don't know what material it is, but what you do is you pretty much just do this, and then what it does is you like rub the dark and the light together, and it kind of like makes it really smooth. So I'm just gonna do it like this. So yeah, you can see it's getting a lot smoother. So yeah, skip behind like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. I don't know how long this was, but compare this to before I used the blending stick, and you'll see the difference. And I'm just gonna do this again, but so I'm gonna show you another way. You can also use your finger, but if you have a blending stick, I would prefer using this because it gets your finger really dirty, which I hate. So what you do is you press lightly, and your finger, it's so annoying, but your finger doesn't really blend it as well as a blending stick, obviously, because this is a blending stick. Blending sticks are used for blending, fingers are not. Well, they are, but not the main tool. So anyway, so you can practice that a lot if you want, maybe a little, until you get the hang of it. Now we're gonna move back to this one, and so what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna put a circle here, and this is gonna be my light source, and I'm just gonna put a dot right in the middle. So okay, so we have our light source here, and we're gonna have that. We don't actually need a ruler for this. If you're just drawing the objects, yes you do, but for shading you don't need a ruler. But what we're gonna do is, so imagine our light is here facing down, and our light will go like here, like this way, but since it's like over here, it won't hit this because like the light's not on this side hitting this. It's like hitting right here, but it doesn't go on this side. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do kind of a dark shade. It's a little darker than that, I think. so I went out the lines a lot, and that's fine because we can just erase that pretty easily. So I'm gonna get my eraser. And I'm just gonna erase anything that went outside of the box, like this. And this is a really good eraser, surprisingly. I have no idea where I got it, but this is really good. Okay, so yeah, now I'm just gonna redraw this a little bit. Maybe that. And then now I'm gonna get my blending stick out again. And one thing I hate about blending stick is that it's terrible for shading big spaces because this thing is so small. But just go little circles at a time. I know this takes forever, but just trust me, it's worth it. So this kind of looks weird. Like, I don't know what this spot is. It kind of looks like where this is, but that can't be right, I think. So I'm just gonna erase it a little bit. So there we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, somehow this line has gotten into here. So goodbye. And now re-high. It's goodbye and then re-high. That's a new saying. Okay, so I'm done with this side. This side I don't really need to do anything. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go a quick layer over like this. There we go. Pretty good, I think. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 little circles here, which are the handles. And this one's gonna be slightly up because it's curved like this. Oh, should have lined it up with this dot. It's just fine. So now I'm gonna do the stairs now, because I don't want to do this yet. It's kind of boring. What I'm gonna do is, so this is, if it will come down, it will like hit there and make a shadow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it look like there's a light up here coming from upstairs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to draw like little line here, like that, and this is gonna be dark here, and it's gonna get lighter the higher I go. And I'm not gonna go all the way to the corner because that's too much. I'm just gonna stay down here, I think. So especially like for this, where the light can't get in between these two because of this stair, I'm gonna make that really dark. So I can do that for all of them. Alright, so this kind of looks weird just by itself, some kind of spiky thing. So now I'm gonna do what we did earlier with the shading. So stairs are really fun to do with perspective drawing, especially if you want to do shading, because they look so cool, and it's actually, to me, it's probably the easiest and coolest looking thing. Like it's obviously not the easiest. Like this is much easier to do. This is by far the easiest way to do something that looks cool. So I have some kind of cool looking thing here. So I'm gonna erase this. I'm gonna make these lines a little darker just to make it pop out more and make it more clear that it's the wall. And now it's time for this. So this part of the stairs is gonna be really dark because the light's not hitting it, but the top is gonna be pretty light. So for the top, I'm just gonna use this because this already has graphite in it. So I'm just gonna put a thin layer right here. And for this, you don't have to use a blending stick because here it already looks pretty cool. Yeah, but I'm just gonna use the blending stick to make it cleaner. So. There we go. So yeah, now it looks a lot cleaner. I think I'm just gonna make it a little darker over here. So there we go. It's a pretty good wall. Now continuing with the stairs. This side, I'm gonna make it not as dark as this, or I'm gonna make it darker than this, I think, because the light's barely hitting this, but it's not hitting this at all. So I'm gonna start here. So it doesn't really matter how you make it. You could make it so that this light is hitting this so that it's pretty light. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just making it really dark here so it doesn't look like this is getting in there. So yeah. Okay, so obviously not the cleanest stairs. Those don't really look like stairs anymore. I think I'm gonna actually just erase a little bit here to make it look even a little bit like stairs. So do that. A little bit there's fine. So yeah, let me see now. Okay, so that looks a little more like stairs. I don't think I did a pretty good job on that, but you get the idea. That's how you do stairs. Now you can do the same thing with the door, but use this light. So like right here it would be about this darkness, and right here it would be around here. And this doorknob would be completely black. So I'm just gonna do the doorknob right now. Go. So yeah, there is our slightly finished room, or for shading. You can add more stuff if you want, maybe not, whatever. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If you watched it, which you did, if you're hearing this because you're watching it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned how to shade, and our first video will be right here, and it will also be in the description. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed and learned something, and I'll see you all next time.